Hello everyone and welcome to week 6 of the NNL, which is being uploaded on the same day as week 5 of the NNL, because week 5 was super late because of school and crap. But anyways, thankfully this one is on time with week 6. I'm pretty sure this is on time. I might have actually fallen a whole week behind, but that's besides the point. This is officially week 6 in my mind. Today we're battling Josh. As I explained in the week 5 video, in case you didn't see it, I'll give you a quick run through. I lost to Sharp, so we are now 4-1. We had our first loss, our only loss so far. But still, with the second half, the last 5 weeks, we do get an automatic win against Tiki because he's gone to boot camp. Everyone in week 2 gets an automatic win and just a free week with no battles if they were scheduled to fight Tiki, because he had to leave, and we didn't realize he left earlier than we thought he was, and we didn't realize it, so we didn't have time to do we meant to do the battles ahead of time, but we just didn't have time because we didn't realize he was leaving as soon as he did. I thought, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the others thought that he was leaving like 2 weeks or 3 weeks later than he actually did leave. So it threw a lot of us. Actually, yeah, it was. I thought he was leaving about 2.5 weeks, and then he told us, nah, I'm leaving in like 2 days. And I was like, oh crap, we don't have time to get your battles. So unfortunately, we've just had to change it to where everyone gets, if they're up against Tiki 1 week, they just get an automatic win with no differential. So that's already considered a win. I need to get decent. I don't have to get like 6-0s, but I need to get like 2 to 4-0s. I can't get really close 1-0s or get like 2-0s even, or too low, in my opinion. I need to be getting like 3-0s and above to be able to catch up with Sharp, since he beat me. We're battling him, I don't think it's next week, I think it's the week after, week 8. We're battling Sharp again. I think it's week 7 for me is Twanis, week 8 for me is Sharp, and week 9 is Euphoric, and I know my week 10 was going to be Tiki, but he left, so we get an auto win for week 10. But I need to be doing decent differential against my other 3 matches. And then against Sharp, I just need to beat him, because I should have had him last week. And I explained it in the last battle. I messed up. It was my own fault that I lost. But still, I can still win the NNL overall. I can still take first place so long as I get decent differentials and I beat Sharp in week 8. Especially if like Josh or Twanis or Youth beat Sharp in one of their week 2 matches. Then I'm pretty much guaranteed so long as I don't lose anymore. So I'm going into this, I prepared pretty well for this. I was considering going with Belly Drum Azu again, but I decided against it. I believe this is, once again, my Expert Belt Special Empoleon with Stealth Rock, Flash Cannon, especially defensive, with Stealth Rock, Flash Cannon, Ice Beam, and Scald. I think that's the Empoleon I did. I had this battle just last night, and I'm already forgetting what I ran. My Darm is the same Darm as the first time I fought Josh. I have Will-O-Wisp, Superpower, Flare Blitz, and U-Turn, because honestly, even if he's expecting it, it's still the best possible set for my Darm to run. There is nothing better for me to run on Darm against Josh other than this. Even if he's expecting it, it's still best. My Thunderous is T-Wave, Thunderbolt. I think it's standard with HP Ice and Focus Blast, because once again, even if he's expecting it, it's still probably the best thing to run. My Azu, I was considering the Belly Drum set, but I think I went with the Assault Vest set on this one, because I just love Assault Vest Azu. It's one of my favorite OU mons. Pretty sure I've got Play Rough, Knockoff, Aqua Jet, Waterfall, standard stuff. In retrospect, I probably should have put on Superpower, but I think Waterfall can do it well enough with the Stab. It should still be able to do as much as Superpower, because, I mean, the things I could Superpower are like Absol and Terrakion, and I think Waterfall... I've got Waterfall for Terrakion and Play Rough for the Absol, so that's fine. My Donphan, this is actually a strange Donphan. I knew he was bringing Shaman. That was the one mon I was 100% guaranteed to see, because the way it works is he either has to, A, put safety goggles on something like his... I don't even know what he would put safety goggles on, because I'm talking about my Breloom. The only thing he has for my Breloom is the Shaman, because Breloom... It walls my Brelooms, because I have, my standard is Rock Tomb, I was about to say Rock Punch. Mach Punch, Rock Tomb, and Spore and Bullet Seed. Bullet Seed, Rock Tomb destroys the Victini. Landorus can probably switch into my Breloom, but I'd put it to sleep with Spore. Victini, I Rock Tomb it, I Bullet Seed the Rotom, I Mach Punch the Terrakion, or Bullet Seed the Terrakion, and I Mach Punch the Absol and destroy them. And I can't remember what other mons he has on his roster. Beedrill, I Rock Tomb Beedrill, and he has 2 or 3 more that I can't remember off the top of my head. But just about all of his mons, except for Shaman, get destroyed by my Breloom. So he either brings the Shaman to counter my Breloom. I didn't bring my Breloom because I knew he would bring the Shaman, but on his end, if he does not bring that Shaman, and I do bring Breloom, he's in a lot of trouble. My Breloom will just crap on his whole team if he doesn't have the Shaman. So I knew Shaman would be here. So I set up my Donphan specifically to defeat it. With, it's got Endeavor, Ice Shard. I was expecting to take a Seed Flare, Endeavor him the same turn he Seed Flares me, and then Ice Shard. And then I also put on, I believe, Stealth Rock and Rapid Spin. Not Stealth Rock. Knockoff and Rapid Spin. I normally try not to have two, even though that can be a good play sometimes to have two Stealth Rockers, I normally try to only have one Stealth Rocker. And then my Mandibuzz actually does not have Defog because I've got Rapid Spin on Donphan. I put Toxic in place of it. I've got Toxic, Foul Play, mainly for the, what the heck is it called? The Absol, and if he tries to do anything fancy with the Landers or anything like that. So I've got Toxic, Foul Play, I think Knockoff, and Roost. Pretty sure that's my set. But anyways, that aside, let's get on with the match. Now, like I said, I'm looking at his team. Like I said, I need to get a good differential here. So, I can't talk. I need to get a good differential here. So, I looked at it and I said, if he leads with anything that isn't Terrakion, then my Empoleon should be a good lead. I can try and get rocks up. Lo and behold, he leads with the Terrakion. So, unfortunately for me, I need to switch out. He actually switches out as well, which surprised me. I was expecting the full-on close combat. So I switched into my Mandibuzz because I'm fully defensive. I know this is the best thing on my team to take that attack. He goes for the Hydro Pump here, which is weird. I was actually expecting the Volt Switch, but that's fine because I go for Toxic, and I'd much rather Toxic this than anything else on his team. Nah, maybe the Lando team, but this is probably the thing I want to Toxic the most because it's one of the biggest problems for my team. So I was expecting him to Volt Switch out so he wouldn't take much Toxic damage. I think I went for Knockoff here, because I either wanted to knock off him on, or if he did stay in, which I didn't expect him to, he actually does, he goes for Hydro again. But he did stay in, so I went for Knockoff, which gets his leftovers out of there, thankfully. And looking at my health after leftovers recovery, I think it's going to be a little bit of a toss-up, but I'm pretty sure I can live one more Hydro Pump. So I decided to go for Roost, because he's either going to, I think Volt Switch for sure would have killed me here, but I didn't want to risk it or anything. So he goes for, I didn't want to switch something into a Hydro Pump or a Volt Switch and give him Switch Initiative. So he goes for Hydro Pump again, which in my opinion was a misplay. Volt Switch does more than Hydro Pump to my Mandibuzz. So I get the Roost off, and now I can definitely live another Hydro Pump easily, and I can live another, what's it called? I can live a Volt Switch if he decides to go for Volt Switch now. So I think that was a bit of a misplay on his part. He probably should have gone for Volt Switch there. My phone is buzzing. I'm sorry, I had to check that. Here he switches into Terrakion as I go for another Roost, because I was thinking, I kind of want to go for Toxic, but I'm afraid that he's just going to stay in and keep going for Hydro Pump, because he has been this whole time. He just decides to sack it to Toxic. I thought that was a real possibility. Here I went for Toxic just to get some damage off the Terrakion, because I only have Knockoff and Foul Play. I don't want to hit it and give it Justified. He goes for Substitute, and I'm like, oh crap. I was looking up stuff like, does Substitute make it to where he doesn't get Justified boost? I was trying to find that out. He goes for the Swords Dance and gets +2. I'm freaking out. And I go for the Foul Play to get the sub out of there. I was thinking, is he going to be greedy and go for another sub or go for another Swords Dance? Because I'm pretty sure he has Close Combat and Stone Edge, and he does have Stone Edge. I knew Stone Edge would kill me even at full from a +2 Terrakion, but I was sitting here thinking, I got nothing to switch into a Terrakion. What do I switch into that monster that doesn't die as soon as it's hit? And he's Life Orb. Like, just way overkill. So I switch into Arm, and I'm thinking here, okay, if I go for U-turn and he stays in, I'm going to lose him on, period. So I have to go for the Superpower. So I do. I go for Superpower. He switches in the Victini, which was probably his best possible switch in. Does, like, nothing to the Victini. That's, like, less than 25% probably. Why is my phone vibrating? Stop. Oh, someone was thanking me for recording something for him. Anyways, here I switch out. Superpower ain't gonna do nothing. I don't want to get killed. I go into Sharp thinking I'm probably about to get a Bolt Strike. Turns out he's a special Victini, which is perfect because Sharp is specially defensive. I figure he's gonna switch here, and my mind is thinking he doesn't have anything to get stuff off the field. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any Mon that can get stuff off the field. So instead of trying to predict what's coming in, which I figured would probably be Rotom anyways, I don't have anything good to hit Rotom. Instead of trying to make a prediction, I'm just gonna go straight for Stealth Rock and get my rocks up because I'm pretty sure he can't get them off the field. And so now I went for, he goes for Thunderbolt, which surprises me. I thought he'd Volt Switch, but that does a lot. Thankfully, I'm specially defensive. I eat it up. I go for Ice Beam here. I didn't really have a better move to go for. Maybe Scald Stab probably would have done more. I was thinking he may switch. I thankfully get a crit, but it turns out it doesn't matter because I thought that would let Toxic kill, but it still isn't quite enough. So here I decide, all right, I'm just going to let my Empoleon die off, and he expects me to switch and goes for Hydro Pump, which I live because I resist it. So that just means I'm going to get Switch Initiative instead of him because... Or it would have been a toss-up. He would have died to Poison, I would have died to the Thunderbolt, and we would have had to guess what they were sending out. But now I'm going to get the Switch Initiative. He sends in his Absol. He can't afford to not kill me because it'll let me get a Scald off. And that's what I was thinking. But he actually goes for Swords Dance. I'm like, okay, please let me get this burn right now because I go straight for the Scald expecting to burn this thing. And it actually dies. I was sitting there shocked because I calced it. I don't have special attack investment. I think I have 4 in special attack. That Scald shouldn't have killed, but it did. I don't know what happened. Either I calced something wrong, or this is not the set that I thought it was. He sends in his Shaman, which is fine. I go for Ice Beam in case he does something that lets me stay alive, but he goes straight for the Earth Power. He realizes that I'm not going to keep this Empoleon. It needs to go. So he kills my Empoleon with Earth Power, which is perfectly okay. Empoleon put in way more than enough work in this battle. He did what needed to be done. So I switch in Darm, because I know a U-turn can do a good amount, and I know Flare Blitz can kill, so I go straight for the Flare Blitz, because I'm sitting here thinking, is he going to switch or not? Flare Blitz is still going to do, like, a decent amount to Victini if he switches in Victini, and it's going to do enough to Lando if he switches in Lando. I think I 2-hit KO Lando after -1. It might actually be a 3-hit KO, but I knew Flare Blitz would do enough, so I go for the Flare Blitz, and he stays in, and I kill the Shaman, which is perfect. Now he sits in the Victini, and I'm sitting over here calcing stuff like, is it worth it to go for Flare Blitz? And I decide, yes. Yes, it is worth it to go for Flare Blitz. And he predicts me to switch and goes for Energy Ball, which is perfect because I'm pretty sure he's actually choiced because he goes for Energy Ball again. Yeah, he's Choice Scarfed because he outsped me, and I'm Choice Scarfed. Go for the Flare Blitz. I think I got a min roll. I'm pretty sure Flare Blitz would have killed there, but I got a min roll, which is fine because he's stuck in Energy Ball. Either he can't switch this thing out because he has nothing to get rocks off the field, and it dies to rocks. So I got the Flare Blitz here, and I've got my fingers crossed like, please let me live Recoil. Please let me live the Recoil with like 3 HP. Please. And we're going to see in just a second if I live the Recoil. And I live the Recoil because Darmanitan is a beast. This thing is unstoppable. He's going to send in the Terrakion, and I was thinking I should probably just Flare Blitz you and let my Darm die so I can get a switch in. But I decided, you know what? No, I need differential. So I'm going to switch Darm out, and I'm going to go into Azu because Azu should be able to take a hit and then take this thing out with Aqua Jet at this range. He goes for Close Combat, which is the best move for Azu to eat up. Way better than taking a Stone Edge. So I easily take it, and at -1, I'm guaranteed to kill with Aqua Jet. So I go straight for the Aqua Jet. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, Aqua Jet. And at -1, there's no way this Terrakion is going to live. I think it may have come to a bit of a min-max roll situation if he hadn't gone for the Close Combat there, but after the Close Combat, it was a guaranteed kill. He sends in the Lando. I believe this is his last Mon. All he has left is this Lando, and I decide, you know what? We're still going for differential. So I have, what do I have? I have Darm alive, I have Azu alive, I have Donphan and Thundurus, and I was thinking I could probably switch in my Donphan, but I was so worried that he would have something weird to kill my Donphan, so I'm like, you know what? A 3-0 is enough. I'm fine with the 3-0. I'll let Azu die, and then this was actually stupid of me, because I was thinking, switch in Donphan and Ice Shard it to death, because I can eat up any attack it uses if I'm a Donphan, because Donphan is bulky as crap in the physical. I should have just gone into Thundurus because I outspeed and kill him in 1 hit. Because if he's Choice Scarfed, he outspeeds me, but he's choiced into Earthquake. And HP Ice O-coded that range. So it was stupid of me not to go into Thundurus. It would have like cut 2 turns off. But Donphan still gets the job done. Ice Shard 2-hit KOs at this range, and he's a 3-hit KO with Earthquake. So Donphan's going to do 1 more Ice Shard, take out this Lando T, and score me the 3-0 with my 9 HP Darmanitan, my Thundurus at full health, which I don't think ever even saw the light of day in this battle. And then, obviously, Donphan, who came in and mopped up the last of the competition. So that is going to be it. I get a 3-0 this week against Josh, a.k.a. I Poke Shuckles, which puts me at, what's my differential at? 5-1, our 1 loss against Sharp, and then we've beaten everyone else once, and we just beat Josh. And technically 6-1, because my Week 10 match is against Tiki, and like I said, any match against Tiki in Week 2 is an automatic win because he's gone to boot camp because he's joining the army or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he's joining. Some kind of army division or something. I don't know. But anyways, there it is. So, we got 3-0, which is a good enough differential. If I can get at least a 3-0 every single week, I'll be happy. Hopefully Sharp loses one of his matches, and then I beat Sharp, and that'll guarantee me, as long as I win all of mine, and Sharp loses 2 of his, that'll guarantee me first place in the NNL. But otherwise, I just have to fall back on differential. So I'm definitely going to try my best to get like a 4 or a 5-0 against Twanis and Youth. But they're not, like, Twanis and Youth haven't done great in the league, but they're still pretty good players. And getting, like, 4 and above differential victories on them will not be easy. But I'm going to try. So I'm not going to go into it thinking I'm for sure going to get a 6-0 or anything like that, but I'm going to go into it thinking if I play smart enough and luck is in my favor, I should be able to get like a 4-0, maybe a 5-0, but we'll see. And then against Sharp, it's just going to be screw everything, I need to kill you. That's what it's going to be against Sharp. I'm definitely going to have to think up some new sets to throw him, because he's going to be expecting stuff like Belly Drum Azu and all that, so I got to be ready, because yeah, that's going to be a crazy match. It's going to be even crazier than the first one, which I threw like an idiot. I'm still salty over that, but there's no one to be salty at but myself. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next week where I believe week 7 we are against Twanis. It's either Twanis or Euphoric, but I'm pretty sure it's Twanis is week 7. We'll be battling him next week. I should have it up on time because I'll be done with classes by then, so it should be up on Saturday. I doubt anything will get in the way of me getting it up. Hopefully. But you never know. So that's all. I will see you next time. Farewell.